see, we are in Harrisburg. We're riding the boat. Oh, nice. Right.
As well as warfare and approaching times. Literally numbered by the
Thank you. It's all right. I'm gonna take over the beer as well.
Response to fear and frenzy caused by communist rebellion. Axes, and other goods. John Harris died in 1748. In 1785, John Harris Jr. laid out the city of Harrisburg in honor of his father. John Harris is buried along the river, between the Riverfront Park and Front Street, near the Harrisburg Hospital. Across from his grave, you can spot the Harris Mansion. We encourage you to visit the Harris Mansion to learn more about the early European settlers. The Pennsylvania State Capitol building is regarded as one of the most beautiful and awe-inspiring structures in the country. The seat of government for the state was originally in Philadelphia, then was relocated to Lancaster in 1799, and finally to Harrisburg in 1812. The current Capitol, known as the Mustard Capitol, is the third state Capitol building to be built in Harrisburg. The first, the Hills Capitol, was destroyed in 1897 by a fire, and the second, the Cobb Capitol, was left unfinished when funding was discontinued in 1899. Upon its dedication in 1906, Theodore Roosevelt marveled at the current structure and exclaimed that it was the handsomest building I ever saw. Modeled after Michelangelo's design for St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, the Capitol structure stands 272 feet tall and 520 feet long. The 94-foot diameter emerald dome weighs 26,000 tons and is topped with a 14-foot tall gilded brass statue of This is a fantastic building. Take one their free tours available all year long. John Harris also operated a ferry boat business. Long before it became the capital of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg served as one of the last outposts before heading into the wilderness on Susquehanna's western shores. Harrisburg would become synonymous with river transportation and travel. In the 1800s, canal boats were used here, past Columbia, and all the way to the Allegheny Mountains. In the 1800s, Pennsylvania was the leading supplier of timber for the growing United States. Railroads followed the canal system to advance the trade system. These railroads became the mainline route from Harrisburg to Pittsburgh. Harrisburg continued to be an important supply and transport center for the Union Army during the Civil War. After the tide of war began to swing against the rebellious South, General Robert E. Lee decided that the last great chance for a Confederate victory lied in the capture of Harrisburg. Indeed, the capture of Harrisburg would have been an incredible blow to the Union war machine, and very well would have affected the length and outcome of the war. The hills that you see north of City Island marked the high water line for Confederate encroachment during the war. Confederate scouts took notes about troop movements and transportation within Harrisburg and reported back to General Lee. Luckily, Lee's advances were halted when his forces met bands of Union soldiers near the sleepy rural town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The largest military conflict in Northern American history had begun. We encourage you to visit the National Civil War Museum, located in Harrisburg, to find out more about this unprecedented engagement, as well as Harrisburg's importance during the Civil War. Railroads are one of the biggest reasons for Harrisburg's importance before and after the American Civil War. One of the most famous and successful train yards is just north of Harrisburg, the Enola Train Yard. It ships things all the way north to New York and brings them back down all the way past the Allegheny Mountains, near the famous Horseshoe Curve near Altoona and out west. During World War II, the Enola Yard was the most heavily used train yard in Pennsylvania. Just north of the yard is one of the most famous rail bridges in the world, the Rockville Bridge. It is the longest stone and arched bridge in the world. On an exceptionally clear day, with just the perfect amount of water, the pride of the Susquehanna can sail just into the Rockville Bridge. Though such a trip would take longer, we have all the story. Pennsylvania has a long history of colonizing, but few